My name is Halsman Rosenberg. I'm a painter, artist, and I'm also the grandson of Philippe Halsman, the photographer. And today I'm going to be talking about some photographs of mine, some black and white photographs of mine, which I've been painting by color, tinting, hand tinting by color. This work is inspired by several things. First of all, I work with models. I'll paint directly onto the body of the model. And this is an art practice of mine that came out of years of traveling, living out of a backpack like a gypsy artist, like a nomadic artist, and sometimes the body was the only thing to paint on. So I would paint on myself, and other people liked it, so I started to paint on them. And then photography became the only way to document this body painting. But I like the history of photography because I grew up around photography because of my grandfather was a photographer, so I have a kind of a love of the history of photography, and I wanted to bring some kind of handmade element to it. This is just one image of somebody in a sheet, and in the computer I made a flip, like a mirror image, but I don't like to use only computers. I like to do by hand also, because I feel like we live in a very digital age, and it's important to still show that the hand has some magic and mystery to it. So this series, I'll make prints in black and white, and then I'll hand paint them differently. Each one is like a unique object, because oftentimes photography is, we live in this digital age of mass reproduction. So how do you make a photograph original, as an original object and not just a duplicate? So this series is hand painted, hand tinted, just like in the 100 years ago, before there was color photography, they used to have to paint, give a little red on the cheeks of the women, like the red lips. So I wanted to play with this element, something a little futuristic and something from the past, and come up with this hybrid imagery, something that maybe seems familiar but nobody's seen before. So each one has a different mood. It's the same image, but just based on the colors, it changes the mood. And then also I have some other that I don't color by hand, just because it's more classic. It's more of like the black and white photos that I grew up looking at of my grandfathers. But for this series, I was doing a residency in a museum in California, and during the residency I made the kimono, and then this location is actually where we were making some ceramics in this Japanese technique called an anagama kiln. I don't know how you're going to translate that, but anyway, we were firing ceramics. So this was just in this beautiful landscape in California, and I was making a photograph of this girl, and I saw the lawnmower, and I said, okay, push the lawnmower, and it was just this beautiful moment. And here's another image that I can show you. It's the same kimono, it's a different model. And I don't know, I like black and white because it has a mood. It has like a mystery to it. The black and the white, it creates a contrast of lights and shadows, and I think shadows and light, it's very esoteric to me. It's very much about the darkness and the light and the dance between the two. So, and then the women become, throughout art history, women have always been the vessel for beauty. So it's my way to explore the kind of mystery of life and nature and painting directly on the body is kind of rejecting fashion in a way, and it's celebrating the body, celebrating nature, celebrating these more tribal ways of decorating the body before we had fashion. And then I love the Asian culture too, so this was just kind of another element, like if you're a chef and you have your kitchen, there's certain things you like to cook, and then sometimes you add a different spice just to give it a different flavor. So that's a little bit about my work.